Shell 1-1. In field 1-1. Request rejoin.
In field 1-1. Shell 1-1. Proceed to pre-contact at 20,000 at 300.
Hey everybody, welcome back and happy Friday. It's Friday morning, the 21st of February, and today I'm doing a training video on a procedure known as in the Air Force as a fighter turn-on rendezvous. This is a hookup for air refueling where the fighters turn to intercept the tanker instead of the tanker turning to intercept the fighter track. And so we're going to try that out. There's some numbers that I'm going to share with you that are going to be backed up by I'm going to do a tutorial on a couple of Air Force publications that I use for the F-16. Today we're going to do it in the Hornet, and we're going to attempt to do the numbers and the turn-on just right for the tanker. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to place ourselves out in front of the tanker at 1,000 feet below the AAR altitude, which is 20,000 feet. So we're going to go up to 19,000. We're going to try to get out in front. It's hard to see there with the sun on the DDI. But we are going to try to get out in front of the tanker. It's on a northbound track right now in a racetrack pattern, and it is going to be going along the coast here of Oman, here in the Persian Gulf map. So we're going to get to 19,000. We're going to climb up and get in front of the tanker, and then we're going to go towards the tanker, and then we're going to use some angles and offsets to calculate our turn and our speed to go into the tanker. Now, I've tried to do this many, many times by the numbers, by the book, and I overshoot a lot, undershoot a lot. Our goal is to roll out directly in line with the tanker, 1,000 feet, 500 feet if you have visual, below the tanker. And what we want to do is we want to actually, we actually want to go and make it so that we can roll out 2.5 nautical miles right behind the tanker. Now right now we're at 15,900 feet and just past 16,000 MSL, and we are at 3.8 from Shell. So we should be able to see Shell. Look on our, it's right over our shoulder back there a little bit. We should be able to see it pretty soon. Oh yeah, I just see it. We just crossed his nose. He is high right in the clouds there. It's hard for you guys to see on the screen, but we will see that in a minute. So we're going to go a little bit burner and extend. Try to get us some distance out. So this is going to be a two-purpose video. It's going to show you the fighter turn-on rendezvous technique, but it's also going to give some of the F-18 guys some tips and techniques on refueling behind the tanker with the F-18. I've done a couple of these before, but most of the coverage I've been doing on AAR has been with the F-16. So, okay, we've got just about 800 feet to go to get to our assigned altitude of 19,000, so we don't bump into the tanker if we don't see him. We have visual on him. He's right over there. He is on the shoulder there. All right, going to go ahead and turn into the tanker right now. Now, if we were rendezvousing with a tanker at the proper altitude, the proper airspeed, and the proper offset beam distance, we would basically wait until the tanker was at our 35 degrees right of us, right of our course, and what we would do is we would actually turn into it at 320 knots and turn into the tanker. But we're going to try this visual. There's the tanker off at 11 o'clock right now, moving to 10, just off at 12 to 11 now, coming to 10 just outside our mirror. So now we're going to start turning. And we're going to pull back on our throttle. We're going to let the turn bleed us off. We're going to go up to 9,500 or 19,500. Now we're going to give a little gas. Tanker speed right now is about 289 knots. And we're going to go ahead and open up our refueling door. We've got plenty of time to silence our radar once we need to do that. We're going to make sure our master arm switch is safe. And we're 1.4, not too bad. But this is pretty much it if you eyeball it. Go ahead and silence your radar. We've already called them up, so all we got to do is report to the pre-contact. I'm hoping in the future, especially with the improvements in communications and stuff that ED's coming up with, I'm hoping that we get a situation where we can actually pull up in the ready observation port side observation position, call ready pre-contact, and then we get cleared in on the boom. Unfortunately, we've got to get right behind the tanker to get that. So our overtake speed on the tanker right now is about 55 knots. We're going to slow down here as we get in closer. We're inside 1 mile now, so we're going to try to match the tanker speed. We've done all this without locking them up. We've been using TACAN. On this map, I have it set up so the tanker's at he's at 20,000 feet. I've got a KC-130, KC-135, and a KC-135 MRPS, and this is the MRPS that we're using at 20,000. I've got those guys stacked at 15, 20, and 25,000. And then I've got AWACS way over to the side of the map at 25,000. So, all right, do I have the wrong tanker here? Let's see. I'm within. Let's see.
Ready pre-contact.
Return pre-contact.
Yep, I've got frequencies messed up. Let me pause this real quick. Let's see what the this is Shell 255 at 20,000. Let me try him at 251. I might have switched those frequencies in the mission briefing, so let's try that.
Abort rejoin.
Let's drop down a little bit. We're the only one in the tanker pattern today.
Shell 1-1 in field 1-1. Request rejoin.
Infield 1-1. Shell 1-1. Proceed to pre-contact at 20,000 at 300.
Yeah, 300 is the speed, and we're at 20,000. I don't know why he's not lowering the hoses for us. Let's go. Let's get a little closer. Maybe we got to do that first.
Ready pre-contact.
Cleared contact.
There we go. You know, I've been flying Air Force fighters so long that I've just automatically went to the center and forgot that we're on a drogue aircraft. So, okay, the hose almost fully extended. There it goes. It's out at its full point. Now we're going to fly through the basket. We're going to overtake it by about 10 knots. As we get in, we're going to start bringing our throttle back. There we go. We're matching speed right now. We're going to fly through the basket.
Contact.
Doesn't look pretty, does it?
Taking fuel.
Then I usually typically on the refueling behind the drogue on the KC-135 MRPS, I try to put that the real nacelle, I try to put it at the top of my HUD when I'm looking up there. When I show you guys a couple of F-16 publications that I use for flying the Viper, Volume 3 and the Combat Aircraft Fundamentals Manual, I will show you the very first part of Chapter 6, which is air refueling. The very first paragraph says, once you've mastered formation flying, you're ready for air refueling. And that's what air refueling is. It's just basically flying in close formation with the tanker. And today we're doing pretty good. We're going to take about 4,000 more pounds. We'll go up to 10,000. And then we'll break off of this guy. And then I'm going to do, with Bald Dog and I are going to do an F-16 video where we're going to do the actual long distance standoff from the tanker and come up at the proper angle and do our turn at 15 nautical miles at 35-degree angle off the nose. And we're going to try the numbers and see how we do come out in the formation. And it'll be a couple of F-16s doing that. All right, we are 8,500, about 1,500 pounds of fuel to go for the offload. You know, in the real world, I've heard that the basket offload is takes a lot longer. The volume is not as much as a boom offload for an Air Force tanker or Air Force refueling receiver. If anybody can confirm that, please put it in the comments. That'd be great. All right, so about 9,700, I start pulling back on the throttle so that I can disconnect close to 10,000. Okay, I got 9980, not too bad. Close the door. Let's check around us, make sure we're not going to bump into anybody on our decel. Radar back on. Master arm as required. Refueling's closed. Awesome. Now we're going to go ahead and call him up and abort rejoin. And he's going to take his hose in. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to post a graphic up at on the thumbnail, but when we go over the Air Force regulations, when we go over those, we're going to cover those in detail about the angles and the different procedures. We'll talk about point parallel also, but pretty much what we're doing is the fighter turn on, which we can do mostly in DCS because we can't control the tankers, the flight path, you know, to the minute degree that we can in the real world. So I hope you like this video. Anybody have any questions or want to see some more videos on some other subjects, be sure to post them in the comments. I will be doing within the weekend. I'll be doing the reading section on Vol 3 and combat aircraft fundamentals for the F-16, and I'll be sharing some links with you where you can get those publications in PDF format for your computer. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share this video if you thought it was helpful for anybody. And I appreciate you watching again. Cheers.